less than 24 hours until we leave for Utah. From Georgia, we're driving all the way to Utah. We're going there for Vlogfest, and we're taking this dually right here that is struggling to turn around. In a typical fashion, we're not ready to go. We have a lot of stuff that still needs to be done, and we have less than 24 hours to get everything finished.
That was fun.
That's a nice seat you got there.
Yeah, man. Best of the business right here, baby. Oh, I hurt my butt.
Hey, that's what you call a bucket seat right there.
Right? For real.
So, if you haven't been following this dually build, got this truck built in like a week for Texas, and then now we're taking this to Utah. So, one of the last modifications, major modifications that we're doing to this dually is redoing the seats. So here's a sneak peek of what's all done. This is all custom stitched by Mr. Donnie Oviedo, Mr. Diesel Crazy. So he's been doing upholstery for a long time, and he kind of took a break for several years, and when I say several, I mean like a decade. But he's getting back. It's like riding a bike, he just has to get back in shape. So he's been kind of practicing on the dually seats, and this is what he's come up with so far. So everything was from scratch. This is not a cat skin leather conversion or anything like that. Everything was done from scratch. As you can see right here, he took the factory seat apart, measured everything, drew it, and cut it out on a fresh sheet of vinyl. Put the foam padding himself, cut everything. So I mean, this is as custom as it gets. So for the first time on this channel, we have a build with custom interior, so it's really cool to kind of showcase that with you guys. So that should be done today. And as always, one of the things we like to do before we take our vehicles on a long trip is balloon just popped is we like to do maintenance. So that dually needs to get its oil changed. Also, we got to smoke out the tail lights. So for the dually, it's a very extra build. So we're putting this big old oil filter along with our oil change. Now you guys are gonna see us using T6 Rotella today that we purchased about a year ago, and right now you really can't get T6 Rotella. We normally use Hot Shot Secrets oil, but I didn't order them in time, so they're gonna be here like sometime this week after we leave for Texas. So we'll use Hot Shot Secrets oil for the next oil change. But for this road trip, I mean, by the time we go there and back, it's 4,000 or 5,000. That's about 5,000 miles. So the dually's gonna be ready for another oil change. So when we come back, we'll use Hot Shot Secrets oil. So yeah, we're gonna be using PPE products, oil filter. This is available on JW Motorsports Co. After watching this video, you like the oil filter and you want to try it out, head over to the website and get one for yourself. As you can see right here, it shows the comparison, the no comparison, and it's just that much bigger, and it's got 5 micron filtration, 900 square inches of premium filtered media. To smoke out the taillights, you could go out and get Vht Nightshade. It is what most people do. However, that is not what we prefer to do anymore, just because we do have a paint gun, we got air compressor. So what we do is we go buy clear and hardener and mix a little bit of black paint. It will give you just enough tint. The darkness depends on how many coats you do. And the beauty of that is if you sprayed it a little too dark, you can always wet sand and polish it out. You can kind of keep doing that until you come up with the desired tint you want on your taillights. The reason why we're scuffing this up is we need the surface to be where the paint can adhere to. And if you don't scuff it up, the surface is going to be too smooth and it's not going to bond. It's not going to allow the surface for the paint to stick to. Dang, man, that's huge.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Boom.
Alright, switch of plans. We are using Vht Nightshade for the taillights because what had happened was the paint place that he went to, that Matt went to, for some reason only gave him the activator, the hardener. So, clear that I have here at the house is a different brand. I do have a activator for that clear, but it's a slow curing activator. So I did spray one layer of it and I realized it's gonna take forever for it to actually cure. And we need this truck out of here by tonight. So, fastest and our next best option is to use Vht Nightshade. It should do the job for now, and when we come back we can always redo it, or we might just be able to put clear on top. And this is just like another experiment we can do for the channel to see how Vht Nightshade turns out. So we got everything scuffed up. Once again, I had to remove the first layer of clear that I did apply. So we're gonna go ahead and try the Nightshade. So here goes nothing. First light coat. God, I actually made it noticeably darker with the first coat. So yeah, looks pretty good. Let's wait about 15 minutes and do our second coat. And we'll just keep going until it's dark enough and see if we need to polish it out or not. So we'll go from there. This is the final coat. We wanted the sides to be as dark as possible because the light doesn't really reflect too much on the side, but the back is actually pretty dark. So what we're gonna do is probably wet sand and polish to make it a little bit lighter. Third coat, we are just waiting for this to dry, and then we might have another change of plan because Donnie found his old smoked out tail lights. So we might just put these on and call it a night because we got a 30-hour drive. We still have like 2 more hours before this can cure and it can be handled. Because right now you'll still leave fingerprint marks. So we still have to wait like 2 more hours, but everybody kind of wants to get some rest for the trip coming up tomorrow. So we're almost kind of at a point where we just want to call it a day. Because obviously this can't be wet sanded and don't touch it. You'll leave huh?
It's still wet.
It's still wet.
Oh shit.
Because I touched like the corner of it and left slight fingerprint. Did it seem wet over there? So looks pretty good, but we'll probably take the other one because this needs to be wet sanded and polished, I think.
I just don't know if we'll realistically do it. I mean, Thursday is going to be a busy day at Flog.
Yeah. Probably not.
Yeah, I know, right? Like I don't want to bring anything that is like, okay, like, yeah, we like.
Yeah, let's not do another STN where.
Right, exactly. We're up at 2 o'clock in the morning washing cars and stuff. We'll just put Donnie in there.
So, we got lucky. Actually, I don't know if I explained it. These seats are going to be ready for the show, so we're also borrowing Donnie's Duramax seats. And so Matt's truck over there, you can't, oh, there you can see. Matt's truck has Donnie's LTZ seats, and it's about to have his factory tail lights too. So this beautiful truck over here, we're using it as a parts truck right now, but we got to do the water pump on it here in the next couple weeks. So once that water pump gets fixed, it's gonna be daily driven again. Honestly, you cannot make this up. Like legit, about an hour after we did the oil change, I came home to grab some stuff, and sitting in front of my front door were these Hot Shots Secrets oil. And I kid you not, I could not find the tracking number to save my life. And then after these got delivered, they were in my inbox, like they were there, and I had opened them previously. And for some reason, when I was trying to figure out, when I was trying to look up the tracking info, I couldn't find that email. So it is what it is. We have Rotella T6 right now, but we are gonna do an oil change after the trip. So we're gonna be using these Hot Shot Secrets, the Hot Shot Secrets oil to good use. And also, I know Devin's gonna need to do an oil change soon, and I know all of us are probably gonna do an oil change. So the 12 gallons that we have here should be enough for a lot of us. So we're gonna have like a oil changing maintenance party. But yeah, we definitely got a lot of stuff done today. We actually checked off everything that was on the list. Do the seats, smoke out the taillights, and do an oil change. And doing the seats, it wasn't how we wanted it to do it, but we got it done. We have Donnie's seats right now. And then smoking out the taillights, it wasn't how we intended on doing, but we have tinted taillights now, so that's checked off the list. So yeah, we got a lot, we got everything accomplished. And in our typical fashion, we worked on our vehicles until the night before we had to leave. Today we really didn't want to stay up till like 1 o'clock. That was one of the reasons why we took Donnie's taillights, because you know we have to go home, get some rest for this 30-hour trip coming up, because we're trying to make it in 2 days. That is it for this video, you guys. I'm very excited for Utah because, well, I've actually never been to Flog Fest, and the guys over at Flog Industries, they're going to give us a tour around their facility, and D-Max Rhino is going to be there, and several other guys that you guys will enjoy seeing are going to be there. So don't miss out on this content. Hit the subscribe button and stay tuned.